Share screen. This is where we had a little snafuddle. It happens, right?
Yep, that's the first time in all the years we've been doing these classes that's happened.
Hey, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Sweet.
Beautiful.
All right. Okay. Okay, so just to briefly start at the beginning, I just feel that this time of year can be extremely stressful. We've got a lot of responsibilities already, and then we add the holidays, the expectations, the parties, the overeating, the loneliness, all of these emotions can come into play. And so I put together this little assessment chart for you to consider. And what you would do, and I'll send this to you in your replay, but what you do is take this image and you're going to plot out how you feel within each one of these categories. So the first one, if we can start over in that blue one, overwhelm, anxiety, multitasking, and the have to do's. How many of you feel that that's a possibility this time of year? I mean, we're just barely into November, right? Yeah, Terry says, yeah. So we're just now heading into the season of overwhelm. And I already feel like I'm up to my eyebrows with stuff to do, right? And so what I did was I said, all right, for this particular set of emotions, you could consider that adaptive could be a wellness product that would help you manage those particular emotions. And then we have isolation, family conflict, loneliness, dreading the holidays. This was a really very real emotion for me when I lived in Reno because I was far away from my family. And now that has changed now that my mother's just a few miles away. But does anyone else feel that way, that maybe they don't have the family connections that they see other people have on Facebook? Like you just kind of compare your life to other people's lives. So you could consider an essential oil blend to help you. Hygge is listed here, but there are many others, and Kimberly's going to talk to you about those. And then you could consider your energy. My husband suffers with that seasonal affectiveness disorder where you just feel a little low because the light is different during the day. So Mito to Max can be a great product to help you with that. So we'll talk more about that. And then, I don't know, but sometimes I feel like I'm always kind of on the verge of a sore throat or my ears feel a little stuffed up. And so maybe I need to consider that I need to take my On Guard products and be more vigilant with my immune health. Also, I'm not a great sleeper. How many of you are good, not great sleepers? I am not a great sleeper. And so I'm excited about the new Serenity products that we have. We'll talk to you more about those. And then, of course, overeating. And you go to one neighbor's house and they're making margaritas. You go to another one and there's sangria. And then there's some other holiday punch that they have this time every year. So it's really easy to overindulge. All right, so on my next slide will be a chance for you to consider how it might look for you. So this was mine. Again, when you plot on the chart, the closer to the center your little dots are, tells you the less satisfied. So in other words, you would be dealing with more overwhelm the closer the dot moves in towards the center. More isolation the closer the dot moves into the center. Am I saying that well enough? Is that clear?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So when the dots move into the periphery of the circle, then you feel like, oh, I've got this. This is not really an issue for me. And this is a snapshot of, yesterday when I put this together, but today it could be different. And the day after that, it can be different again. So you just have this living document that can help you track how you feel. And then we have these suggestions for products that can help move the needle in the right direction. And you'll know if the product is working for you, if indeed you feel less overwhelmed, less anxiety, more in charge of your schedule, right? So you'll be getting that in your replay email. So make sure that you're on our email list in order to do that. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Any questions about that? Anybody want to share anything that they're dealing with?
Wendy, I think it's the time change for me. I'm a great sleeper, but I've been getting up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and go back to bed. So yeah, it takes me at least a week. I'm like one of those babies that, can't nap at the right time.
That's really good.
That's a really good point that, I always think of Thanksgiving being the start of it, but the time change is really a kicker for everybody, except for us in Arizona. We're the only ones that don't, but normally I'm in Reno this time. So that's really a great point. That kind of starts the season of weirdness.
Right. Okay, so I just got Marnita's email. Thank you for that. Okay, so Kimberly's going to talk to us about how to manage that first aspect that we were talking about within that wellness circle.
So how many of you have tried the adaptive or smelled the oil? Raise your hands. Okay, a few of you, yeah. And it is a lovely, lovely blend. And they did a lot of studies. doTERRA did a ton of studies on the blend as well as the capsules on like for depression and anxiety. And that's really what they created it for, was for anxious feelings, kind of obsessing or just kind of worrying, being self-critical, that sort of thing. So it's a blend. The oil is a blend of wild orange, lavender, copaiba, spearmint, neroli, and sweet. And the two adaptive, you'll see it comes in a 15 ml bottle. So you can just put it on your wrists. You can put it in your diffuser. It's not meant for internal usage. It won't hurt you, but it's not meant for internal. It's mainly meant for topical use to put on your wrists, whatever, and just take in the aroma. It also comes in the 10 ml roller bottle, right? And so we all know those roller bottles. They're super convenient to have in your purse. And I like it. Then you can just roll it on when you need to and put it on the base of your brainstem. But I'm going to tell you, to me, it's the adaptive calming blend capsules that rocked my world, and Wendy's too. And she was really the one. I didn't really think I needed them. I was just using the oil and stuff because I live in that world. I was just talking to Terry about it when I got here. I said, I try to do too much. I'm always trying to fit everything in, and then I'm late for something, or I'm this, or I'm that, or I lose my phone or whatever, because I think I can do it all. I think even at 65, I'm still superwoman somehow, and I'm not. And so I'm telling you, when I take this adaptive calming blend, it helps with like mental alertness. And one of the things that I said, it has a calming property to it. All right. There's a unique phytochemical that's in there from South Africa. Now, phytochemical is simply a plant chemical. They extract this beautiful essence from a plant and they add it to the adaptive capsules. There's a few different herbs in the capsules along with the oils. And so there's a thing in there, this beautiful phytochemical from South Africa that brings this feeling of, they describe it as alert serenity. And I loved that, because think about it, to be calm and serene, but also be alert, because when I think of serenity, I think, like serenity oil, I think of sleeping. Well, I need energy. And so the adaptive seems to do that. And what it does is it balances the mood, and it really improves your cognitive function, and it can decrease your neurological excitability. And my personality is one of absolute neuronal excitability. Those of you who know me, right? And so what it does is it quiets the GABA in the brain. So for me, I even like the adaptive in the evening, and I'll take it once in a while, because what it does is it slows down all that GABA, which is the noise in your head. That's, oh my gosh, I need to do my laundry. Oh my gosh, I need to do that. That laundry list in your brain that you need to quiet down. And the adaptive has the ability to do it, as well as the serenity. But the adaptive just keeps me much more calm if I'm in a stressful situation, and I've noticed a huge difference. So I'm telling you, that stuff has rocked my world. I highly recommend it. And if you know that the holidays are just an impending stress ball for you, then get them on your LRP order now and start taking them now, so that you can kind of glide through the holidays, right? So 2 months worth, and then you can go off. That's how I look at it, but it's a good one to have. So It's just incredible. So the next one I want to talk about is hygge. How many of you tried hygge? That's a little bit different. Initially, is there anybody tried the hygge or smelled it? No?
Smell.
Oh,
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
yeah. And what do you notice when you smell it?
Oh, it's just so clean and fresh. You know, that combination, you can see the oils that are listed on here, but anything with vanilla just makes me happy. So vanilla and wild orange, just very calming and clean. I just feel like it's a great scent for the home.
It really is. And it's got the wild orange in it too. And wild orange, most of the time we think of citrus oils as being uplifting, which they are, but wild orange has this amazing ability to uplift you while calming you at the same time. So it's just a brilliant oil. And then of course, vetiver is, you know, that's what I used to use to sleep before we had all these sleep products. And vetiver is very grounding. It is a very earthy oil, so it really kind of gives that earthy aroma. And so the myrrh and the cedar wood in this blend are just incredible. It creates this relaxed, homey atmosphere. And hygge, for those of you who don't know what hygge is, it looks like it should be pronounced hygge, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah. Hygge is hygge, and hygge is a Nordic word that means coziness. And that's
Oh,
severe, long, cold winters in the Netherlands that they create this sense of hygge, and they change around surroundings to create this beautiful space with a fire and, you know, just kind of like comfort food and a fire, maybe a glass of wine, whatever. And then creating that space where it's comfy and cozy with little blankies around. And that's hygge. So doTERRA created this blend and we call it the cozy blend. So it's an awesome one. So those are two that I highly recommend. And Wendy is going to share with us some awesome diffuser recipes, but I did want to say before she does that if you have these blends and they're not doing it for you, you know, the holidays can bring on a lot of emotions, right? Maybe you lost someone the holidays. I know many people who did. I have a friend whose daughter basically overdosed over Thanksgiving. So it's a really tough time for her, right? And so, you know, maybe you might try peace. You know, there's so many different oils that may calm you. Maybe it's bergamot, maybe it's balance. So whatever it is that brings you peace, but there's, you know, there's peace, there's console, there's forgive. Maybe you need to forgive big time at the holidays because some things happened that, you know, come up for you every year. And so the forgive is an amazing, powerful blend, and just carry that with you and use it during that time. And it'll help you get through. So Wendy, why don't you share some of those wonderful diffusing recipes?
Before you go there, Kimberly, I have a question. How many of the adaptive capsules do you take per day, kind of calm you down or to keep your mind from the racing thoughts and that?
Great question. So I usually just take one in the morning. And then I would take one later in the evening, you know, a couple hours before bed, or maybe an hour before. That's what I take. If I'm going through really stressful time, and I've got to tell you, when Wade ended up in the hospital with COVID, I was taking two before I walked up because I didn't know what was going to happen. I was juggling too many things and worried about everything. And so I popped two. And I swear it just really helped me, you know, just kind of.
It's
Excellent. Thank you.
really amazing. I think it's really worth stepping back and taking another look at this product, because I know, for instance, Annie's on the call. She was a school teacher, so I know she'll relate to this. But when you have to like get up in front of a group of people and speak, you know, sometimes you can feel like your words aren't falling out of your mouth the way you want them to. I find adaptive really helps me teach better. I find that when I've taken adaptive, I'm less prone to multitask, meaning I'm not trying to do 3 and 4 things. at the same time that I give myself permission to do this, and then I'm going to finish, and then I'm going to do the next thing. Have you ever had a scenario where you're like, oh, I wish I had said this, or when she said that, I should have said this, and you have these little internal dialogues with yourself? You don't do that. It's very clear thinking. You have a very broader view of your place in the world. I mean, that sounds sort of esoteric, but it really does make you feel like you're more at peace with yourself.
It does. Well, that's that word, that little alert serenity.
It's
It's alert, but it's a calmness. And so it just improves your cognitive function. They're amazing. Honestly, I probably should say take them all the time because, as we said, my neurons, I'm saying, my neuron excitability is always over, kind of the hill.
So then we did, oops. Okay. Oh yeah. So I just wondered, if you don't have a blend, then just reach into your bag and find those oils that just make your heart sing. You can't make a mistake. I always remember that Kimberly said that to me when I first enrolled with doTERRA. You can't make a mistake. But I just saw on Facebook that there were a few of these diffuser blend recipes, and I thought they were lovely. So I thought I would share them with you in celebration of this time of year, rather than holding myself back, kicking and screaming, like just dive in to this beautiful time of year. And one of the oils that's on your diffuser recipe list here is clove. And you may or may not know this, but clove is the product of the month this month. So you can look forward to getting a free clove essential oil. That's the 15 ml bottle when you purchase 125 PV of product. And this month in particular, you're not going to have any trouble getting to that 125 because there's so many great things that doTERRA has in their website for you. And we're going to go through the holiday gift catalog at the end of this presentation so you can see some of the things that are being offered this month. But I just thought these looked lovely for you to consider trying. So where do you find good diffuser recipes? Well, you can go on Pinterest. You can go into your favorite books. The Essential Life book is great for diffuser recipes. There's all kinds of resources. If you just Google recipes, you can find some good ideas. So just give yourself permission to try some things. Kimberly is great. She's not really a recipe cook, and she has that same kind of approach with her diffuser recipes too.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I wanted to talk to you about Mito2max. Mito2max acts on your mitochondria, which is where the mito comes from. Mitochondria are little like energy batteries inside of your cells, and they can get fatigued. And when they do, then your energy and stamina starts to decline. And this product is really wonderful for anybody that's just feeling blah, that's feeling unmotivated, that like my husband might struggle with that seasonal effectiveness disorder. I've taken it myself because I can feel less inspired during the winter months. And I just would recommend that you try it if you feel like you're dealing with some of those emotions as well.
Well, and one last thing about the Mito2max too, you guys. Mito2max is a wonderful aid if you have any sort of adrenal fatigue. So, your adrenals get tapped out when you're going all the time, and you need to nurture them. And so there's two things you can do for that. Take a Mito2max and then also use basil and rosemary. And basil and rosemary, that combination over your adrenals, which are located directly over your kidneys. So you can just make it in a little roller bottle, or if you don't have a roller bottle, just a drop of basil and a drop of rosemary, and just dab it back there on your kidneys, and do that twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, and that will support your adrenals. So Mito2max is amazing for that. So, all right, so let's talk about cold and flu season. Now, we just got done doing a class about your immune system. and many of you were there, and we all know On Guard helps us during the winter. So this is just a quick reminder. I don't need to go through all of On Guard, but Wendy posted this beautiful picture of all of the On Guard products. So some of you like Marnita, who hasn't been, around in a while, and you can just see the On Guard. Look at all the products now since you first started using the oils, right?
Incredible.
Yeah, isn't it? And so we've got wipes, and we've got the On Guard throat lozenges, and the hand soap, and the mouthwash is one of my personal favorites. I love it. Love it. We've had the toothpaste for a very long time. But now we've got the On Guard spray. So it's a little personal sanitizer, hand sanitizer. And this picture doesn't even have the newest version. We've got a little hand sanitizer in a gel that also works. And so, I mean, it's incredible. So just reminding you guys of staying healthy during the holidays, because we're around a lot of people. We're shopping, we're going to parties, we're going to events, we're being around family and friends, and we don't know who they've been around recently, just for cold and flu season alone. But then we also have the lovely COVID, right? So making sure when you go somewhere public, take a handful of your On Guard drops and just keep them in your purse. And that way, when you're somewhere in the public, you can pop one of those in your mouth and just know that, you're gonna, ward off all that kind of stuff. The other thing, when you have people to your house, you can diffuse the On Guard in your home and put that in your diffuser, and that will help. One of the little tricks that I like to do too is I take a little squirt bottle with On Guard and water, and like just a small little 1 ounce squirt bottle, and I'll put maybe about 8 drops of On Guard and then fill the rest with water. And I'll just spritz it kind of in front of my face. And then I don't know how to describe it, but then I kind of like sniff in the vapors, right? So you spray it, you don't ever want to spray it in your nose, but just spray it in the air right in front of your face, and then just kind of stick your face in it and breathe it in your nose. So it kind of coats your nose hairs. And so if your nose hairs are coated with On Guard, it's going to fight off airborne pathogens. And so it's just a really easy way, and kind of just spray yourself with it. The other thing is, if you start to feel something coming on, I think most of you know what to do now. Get your flu balm on the bottoms of your feet, roll it on, every 3 to 4 hours for the first couple of days, so you can fight it off on your throat, whatever. And then you can also take these fabulous On Guard Plus. And the On Guard Plus are amazing because you have all the On Guard in it, but the On Guard Plus capsules, not only do they have all the ingredients from the On Guard, but then they've got added oils. They've got Melissa oil in there and oregano, which are not normally in the On Guard recipe. Okay. So they've added these extra oils. So these are wonderful capsules, and you can take them every 4 hours. It would be like taking, an antibiotic. So there you go. Staying healthy. You got to stay healthy through the season.
Yeah.
You said you take them how often?
Well, if you start to when you feel something come on, Linnell, if you immediately start using your oils, you can fight off whatever your body is doing. So I take them like once every 4 hours for the first maybe 24 to 48 hours until I start feeling better. And I'll roll the flu balm on my foot, and I'll gargle with my On Guard. And I put it in every orifice I can think of that. Okay, not really. But you know what I'm saying? If you really put it on. And I've managed to not get all these colds and flus that everybody gets, because the minute I feel a scratchy throat or a sneeze or something, I get my oils out and I'm on it like this. And I don't let up until I feel better. And even when I feel better, I continue, but I just don't, I lowered the dosage. So when you start to feel better, then you could take, the On Guard Plus maybe twice a day instead of, every 4 hours, but continue with the flu balm on the bottom of your foot twice a day instead of every 4 hours. So you just decrease the frequency, but stay with it, because viruses are sneaky. They move to warm places. And so if the virus is starting in your nostrils and you're breathing in On Guard, it's going to like, oh, chase it away from your nostrils, but it could, then it's going to go down and find another nice warm place in your throat. So you want to cover all your bases, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
And this is a huge array of products, almost an overwhelming array of products. When I saw that picture, I was like, wow, I can't believe all the On Guard stuff we have. And so I think if you were new to doTERRA, I think I have a few really favorite products that I would recommend that you start there. I think the foaming hand wash is phenomenal. That's one of my all-time favorites. It's such a reasonably priced product. It lasts a long time. Everybody's going to enjoy using that at the kitchen sink, your bathroom sink. I just love that. I think the On Guard soft gels are hugely important to have on hand. Think about like maybe you're going to be traveling in an airplane in the next week or so to visit your family. I would take that a few days before I got on the airplane. I think that's a great thing to have. The On Guard sanitizing mist, which you can see on the far left. Great thing to just keep in your pocket, keep in your purse. It's wonderful to spray the man that's sitting next to you on the airplane. It's a great product.
Sure, he'll appreciate that.
My favorites. I mean, I could go on. I love the toothpaste. There have been some amazing changes in my own oral health because I've used the On Guard toothpaste. My gums are really healthy as a result of the On Guard toothpaste. We have an ingredient called hydroxyapatite in the toothpaste, which helps to remineralize your teeth, keeps them white. I mean, there's just so many wonderful attributes about these products, but I think those would be my favorites if you were new to doTERRA and looking for a place to start.
Thank you. Great.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh, sleep. Yeah, so not a great sleeper. Yeah. So anyways, doTERRA has a 3-step sleep system that allows you to get a better night's sleep by using the products internally, topically, and aromatically. And of course, our Serenity Restful Blend has been unchanged. We had a product change a couple of years ago when they added the vetiver to the Serenity, because everybody was using vetiver and Serenity. So they went ahead and just said, okay, you guys, we're just going to put that vetiver in there for you since that's the way you're doing it. And vetiver is a very thick, viscous essential oil. It's got this really, forgive me for saying, but real dreamy quality to it. It has a very long lasting aroma if you just use it by itself. But in the Serenity, it just really makes it a very powerful sleep aid. If any of you have ever done the Aroma Touch hand treatments, I remember doing one on Kimberly and I had a few essential oils for her to choose from. And she said, oh, I can't use the Serenity because it'll make me fall asleep. So it's a really powerful, but very gentle, obviously, a blend of essential oils to help you get a better night's sleep. And why is sleep so important? Well, it affects every system of your body, everything from your cardiovascular system to your hormones, your respiratory system, to your metabolism, your ability for weight loss. I mean, every system of the body is influenced by good quality night's sleep. So if you're a light sleeper, or if you have a tendency to get during the night, I would suggest that you try the doTERRA Serenity Sleep System. So the newer products that are here is their Restful Complex. These are soft gels and an ingredient that gives you a little burst of tryptophan is tart cherry. So you might think about having turkey at Thanksgiving and having that tryptophan. Well, that's what helps the body relax. It's one of the components that helps it relax. It's a cofactor with melatonin and serotonin. So it helps the body just relax and get a good sleep without having a sleep hangover the next day. And then the sleep stick is a new product, can be applied to the bottoms of your feet, your shoulders, your neck, to your wrist. And this has valerian root in it, which if you look up valerian root on PubMed, you can see that there are research studies that help us understand the efficacy, the efficiency of valerian root in the body's ability to fall asleep, just to help people, especially people with sleep disorders, to get a more restful night's sleep without resorting to some of the over-the-counter and prescription medications that, quite frankly, you end up having to take more and more of those over time. So this is just a lovely way to help your body rest and relax. I remember the first time I took the Serenity Complex soft gels, I just had this feeling that it wasn't going to work. Oh, this isn't going to work. And I took a couple of them before I went to sleep, and I could feel my body just go, boo, just really relaxed. And the dog was fussing during the middle of the night. She wanted to go outside, and it was like I was crawling up to consciousness. I just really could not believe what a deep sleep I had being on the Serenity Restful Complex, an excellent product. Is anybody using that currently? Anybody tried that? Well, I would recommend it if you or someone you know has a hard time sleeping. It's a great product. Okay. So we thought we'd also mention, we were talking about digestion and going to parties and maybe eating things that you're not used to eating, drinking too much alcohol. And I just thought it was worth putting in an image of the MetaPower system, since there are a couple of products within this family of products that can help you curb cravings. So the MetaPower beadlets and the MetaPower essential oil and the gum are 3 products that you might want to have handy if you have a tendency to overdo it during this time of year. We're going to have more classes about MetaPower as we get into January, into the first of the year, when people are really more motivated to turn the leaf and do their New Year's resolutions. But I just thought it would be worth putting those here, just in case you had some questions about that. And Kimberly, do you want to talk to them about Digessan? Oh, are you muted, honey, or is that just me? Oh yeah, you're unmuted. There you go.
Okay, Wendy, I'm still muted, am I?
No, you're
Can
good.
you hear me? Okay, good. There. One of the things we all overeat. Well, I think we all overeat. I know I do, and I already have. I was just telling Terry I've already put on extra pounds because whenever I come to Arizona, I overeat because the food here is so flippin' amazing. Okay, I just love all the food, so I'm constantly, so excited. I got to eat this, got to eat that. Fortunately, I feel like I've healed my digestive system. So I really don't have the need for Digestan very much anymore, which I am so grateful for. And I think the PB Assist and the Probiome make all the difference in the world, because I just don't get gas. I don't get bloating very much anymore. GERD, I mean, that is so beautiful when you can say that, right? But if I were to eat a little bit too much, then I would want the Digestan to help relieve me. And some people do. Some people get GERD. Maybe you have a sensitivity to certain types of food and you shouldn't eat it, but it's the holidays, so damn it, I'm going to have that pumpkin pie, right? Or whatever. You're just going to go for it. And so here's all the different forms of Digestan. You just need one. And, whatever you like the best, you can just put it in your water, which, the 15 ml, you can put a drop or 2 in your water. You can just put a drop or 2 on your tongue. You can, the roller, the touch oil, you can roll it right on your tummy. And then of course there's the Digestive Blend soft gels for the people who did not like the taste or smell of the anise and the fennel and Digestan. So you can take one of those soft gels and just swallow it, and then you don't have to deal with that. And the other suggestion is the Digestan Digest tabs, and those are chewables. So, and they're really yummy. It's a little chewable and it tastes like fennel and anise. And, you see right here, all the different things, digestive support. It's just a good thing to have one of your bottles in your purse when you go to holiday parties.
And then of course we have our TerraZyme also. So some of us have maybe not so efficient digestive enzymes that can lead to occasional indigestion, gas, bloating, cramping, that kind of thing. And so the TerraZyme can help you digest your foods better by giving you enzymes that actually help break down the foods that you're eating so that they travel with less plus through the digestive system. And you can take Terrazyme before every meal to help your digestive system just work a little bit better, especially this time of year where it can be a little bit more challenging. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the doTERRA holiday gift catalog. But before I do that, I want you to know that for some of you, you may actually have a doTERRA credit in your account. And you'll see it listed as an AR balance. And if you have doTERRA members that are underneath you in the doTERRA organization, and if you have those people, you'll know what I'm talking about, then it's quite possible that they have created this credit for you by their purchases that they've made month after month. Also, if you've shared doTERRA and that you've shared the link that you see when you open up your website, then that person may have purchased product under your link, and you will also get this AR balance. You'll find it on your shop page. If you scroll way down to the bottom, you'll see that AR balance. And I had two members. One of them was able to purchase her convention kit with her AR balance. And another girl, Teresa, actually called me and she said, Wendy, what's this $147 AR balance that I have on my account? So she had let it accrue because she didn't realize what it was. So I just thought it would be worth for you to check that out yourself. You can apply that to your order by checking the little box that you see next to AR balance. Remember, you have to process that order on that day. You can't save it, but it will not affect your PV amount. So if you are trying to get that free bottle of clove this month, you'll still be able to get that when you use your AR balance. So make sure you check that out just in case you have some money there. I just thought I would share, this is from my loyalty rewards order, just so that you can see what it looks like when you take a look at your own. You'll be able to see that you have reward points. In my particular case, I have 68.08 points available for me to use towards free purchases. And then I'm saving into my loyalty rewards program at 30%. So I've capped at the 30% level. So it might be fun for you to take a look and see where you are. Just know that for every PV amount of $50 and up over a 3-month period of time, your LRP points will increase by 5. So we all started at 10. And then after 3 months with 50 PV LRP, it went up to 15. And then another 3 months, it was 20. And then it will cap at 30. So if I spend 100 PV, I get 30 PV back to the rewards program. And this is just my shop page. I just wanted to remind you that some products you cannot use LRPs for. So you can see the PB Restore Pro Biome Complex on my shop page here. And you'll see use and NA, not applicable. So when we have new products that come out, I think it's, I don't know how long it is, if it's 6 months or a year or something like that, but they will not let you use your points for brand new products. But you can see I have my Reveal facial system on here, and I can certainly use my points to get a free Reveal, which I love that product. If you haven't tried that before, that's one of my favorites. So I just wanted you to take a look at that as well. Okay, so now I'm going to go into gift catalog. So you can access this on your doTERRA.com shop page. You'll see it as holiday offers. You'll see that as a drop down. And I just thought we'd go ahead and zip through some of these things together, this pretty little catalog. So Holiday Joy, Holiday Peace. We have this whole little trio with a new oil, Holiday Love. Holiday Joy is one of my favorites. It's a beautiful, beautiful blend for this time of year. Just put it in your diffuser and makes your house smell like the Christmas holidays. Diffusing Garland. You put drops of essential oil on there. Anybody have the bubble diffuser? I love it. Do you like it? I think it's great. Yeah, it's really nice. You just screw that bottle of oil in there and you don't have to worry about the water, turning it on, turning it off. It's like it knows you've walked into the room. I just love that. I bought myself the tinted lip gloss. I think it's great. I was happy to get it after like several years of everybody saying how wonderful it is. And it is. It's really a beautiful product. I think the cinnamon drops are out already. I think they've been sold out, which, I mean, I don't know what it is about cinnamon drops. Everybody was so excited about those, but they're not available right now. So let that use that as a little warning to make sure that you go in and make your orders as soon as you know what you want, because things do sell out. So beard oil, we have a personal oil aroma, we have moisturizing bars, really something for everybody. Really beautiful hostess gifts, stocking stuffers. My mom loves this restorative hand cream. I think we had that last year. The Shea Butter collection, Kimberly is saying she's going to get that, I think. The Serenity Mist. What a nice gift that would be for somebody as a hostess gift, or just put it in a Christmas stocking.
Yeah, and I think that Serenity room spray it came out last year around the holidays as well. So if you're thinking about getting it, get it, because it's not a regular product. And so it's kind of nice to have in the, what is a 30 ml bottle, spray bottle, and really one little spritz, you can spritz it over your pillowcase or just kind of use it even in the room, you know, but it's a lovely little product, but it is only available at the holidays.
I was thinking it'd be nice to put in the guest room.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, and don't be shy about sharing your love of your doTERRA products with others, because maybe you'll be acquiring an AR balance for yourself as you go forward into this next year, which I can't believe I'm talking about 2024. What happened to 2023? I can't believe it. Alrighty, so that is our class today. Does anybody have any questions or comments or anything? Yeah.
I have a comment. I started getting, I came back, I care for my 88-year-old father, and it's stressful going back and forth, and especially during this time of year. And I got back on Tuesday, and I started feeling bad, and something was trying to get me. And I just I didn't do much with my oils at first. And then I realized, what are you doing? You have all these wonderful things at your fingertips. So I got out the Breeze stick, and I used it on my chest and under my nose. I have a CPAP at night, so I used it. And I'm going to tell you, between that and taking, I just did a lot of different things, using the lemon water or lemon drops in my water. I mean, just did a variety of different things using my oils. And I started turning around really quick. And I really think it's my products, and I know it is. I know it's my oils that did that, because I wasn't doing anything else. So I'm very pleased to say that my little Breeze stick was that'll go in my little bag to travel. So always.
Absolutely.
It's so easy to use, right? The hard part is remembering to use it, but once you use it, it's easy. I know you're not alone. Believe me, I'm the same. That's awesome. That's great. Anybody else?
And
I think
when
Terry has her hand up, but you've got to unmute yourself. There you go. Okay.
Couple of quick things. Number one, that beautiful little diffuser recipe that we had there in the beginning. Let's see, I think it was called the Crunchy Leaves. Can we substitute maybe holiday spice for the nutmeg?
Why not?
Would that work, you think? Yeah.
So
Totally.
here's Kimberly's words. You can't make a mistake. And you'll make up your own diffuser blend. And you're like, hi, dang it, that's really nice. I'm going to make that all the time. Like, you'll just fall in love with it, right?
Yeah. So that's cool. And then also we had there was a little promotion they had with the little wall diffuser. It sold out right immediately almost, but are we going to bring that one back? And if not, where can I get something like that? Somebody called me and said, I wanted that so bad. And I didn't know where to. Any suggestions, Wendy? Because
Aroma tool, just the usual suspects, but Aroma Tools.
okay.
Just Google, just Google it.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I thought I'd ask the pros first.
You know what, Terry? I'm going to just tell you that doTERRA is so good at listening to customers. And so, that's how we ended up with the On Guard mouthwash. That's how we ended up with all of the new On Guard products, and many of, different things came because people were like, well, what about putting it in this and put it in a 10 ml or put it whatever. So doTERRA needs to hear that. So if you write down doTERRA, what is it? Support at doTERRA, product support at doTERRA.com. And you write just a quick little email and say, listen, we never even had a chance. Those plugins, this is something that everybody could use. Could you please carry these as a regular product?
And I think like they had it on the first of the month, and by the end of that day, they were gone. I don't know what happened.
In one day, they were gone.
It was very fast.
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
And so, they need to understand that these are tools and things that we would like to have on a regular basis. So the more people that take a moment, and it doesn't take long. Hey, dear doTERRA, we love this. I never got to get one. I want one. My friends want some. My clients want some. My customers want some. And there's nothing I can do about it. Would you please consider having this as a regular product? So product support at doTERRA.com.
Great. Anything else? Annie, do you want to tell people about your experience with, was it Digestion? Are you muted? Let me see. I think you muted.
Yes, she's muted.
There we go. I was taking Prilosec, Ducelux, Tums, name it. And because of that, I had a low iron. I had to get infusions continually, iron infusions. Starting to take, when I was working with Wendy, the Terrazyme and the Digestion. The Digestion stopped all of the stomach problems I was having, like the pains, like I'd be in a ball. And the Terrazyme, I'm not on Prilosec. I'm not on any of that anymore. I haven't had an iron infusion in almost a year. So that's been amazing for me, for someone who's struggled since I'm young with digestive issues.
Yeah, it's great. And I think I've been saying this about you to everybody, but Annie is literally aging backwards right in front of your eyes. You just much more youthful and energetic. And I mean, you are a lovely, beautiful person inside and out, but you really just look so healthy.
Thank you. I feel healthier. I feel a lot better than I was. Some of it's retirement.
Cheers to that.
But I do. I've been pushing the products nonstop to people and family because it's made such a difference.
Good.
I love to hear that. Thank you for sharing that. And that it's a beautiful thing when you get to a point where you can wean yourself off of those, because Prilosec and acid blockers and the H2 blockers, they come with so many different side effects, especially they're not meant to be used long-term.
Right.
And so to wean yourself off of them, you're giving your body the gift of health by using natural things to help you digest the food. Plus you're getting more nutrition from your food when you digest your food better, right?
Definitely.
So that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Annie.
And tonight, Annie and I are going to sit with a few of her friends, and we're going to be talking about metabolism. So her friends are noticing that she just looks better, feels better, and she hasn't been shy about telling people what's been working for her. So she's been sharing her doTERRA with other people. It's been a great thing to just sit back and watch Annie fly. She's been doing so great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll see you in a little while.
Yes.
For the third time.
Well, thank
That
you.
is
all.
so awesome.
Anything else before we go?
Oh, mine is very simple. I just wanted to share, when you get something new and maybe you just kind of don't want to budge, like with the toothpaste. I really like the On Guard toothpaste. And when the new one came out, I thought, I'm not much of a minty person, and I tried it and it's wonderful. It is not too minty. And so what I did in the beginning is I put a dab of each one on my toothbrush. And so I mixed them. I thought, well, I'll just mix it. But honestly, it's very nice. So I guess my thing is, don't be afraid to try new things.
Go. There you go. Well, thank you so much, ladies. I'm so happy that we can have an interactive class. It's so nice to see you. And I'll see you soon, Annie. I'll see you in just a little while.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Girls.